Good afternoon. Happy Halloween. I am not driving. I am in the passenger seat at my daughter's appointment. She's driving today. So that's kind of the nice thing about growing up and being chauffeured a little bit. It's also a little bit terrifying. What's more terrifying than Halloween is your 16-year-old getting her license. But anyways, my husband and I were joking around, kind of just like talking about, I was like, oh, I need something quippy for like Halloween to be cutesy for Alive and this program, blah, 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 just shooting it around. And he's like, Halloween. I'm like, ooh, that's terrifying. And so I have a couple topics on here on our list today. And the first one was skipping the candy, right? And for me, my son, we have this love for candy and soda, and I'll be the first one to admit it, and it's difficult because, and my husband does too, so we're going to put him in this category too. Like, we're the kind of people, like, if there's a bag of chocolate in the house, it's gone. Like, we made a rule this year, we weren't allowed to buy Halloween candy until this weekend, because normally, like, we'll like, ooh, it's on sale, we'll get a couple bags, we'll be set, and then someone will sneakily open it, and then you go up yourself to, like, sneakily open it, you find out it's open, and the bag's half gone, and you're like, well, crap, now we gotta buy 3 times the amount of Halloween candy. But anyways, if you struggle with candy, this is, and food in general, this is a really hard time of year for everyone, especially if you're trying to be healthy, heal your gut, heal your brain, heal your hormones, heal your blood sugar. And I see a lot of well-intentioned and honestly helpful people in the health and wellness sphere, whether it's chiropractors, doctors, dietitians, anybody who's coaching and trying to help people feel healthier, and saying, just throw the candy out, or donate the candy, or just get rid of it. And I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I think that you should be able to enjoy a holiday. And if you're able to, maybe there's some strategies that you can employ. Like, you pick out your top 5 favorite pieces, and that's what you get. And that's your holiday day, instead of it becoming, well, I had to eat Halloween candy for a week, and then before I knew it was Thanksgiving, and then before I knew it was Christmas, and then now it's New Year's, and now we spent 2 months just kind of binge eating on nonsense. It's really easy to fall into that trap, right? Or you pick out, I saw someone else recommend like 2 pieces per day, and then you donate the rest. So pick out your favorite, maybe divvy it up. I think donating is a great idea. I think enjoying yourself is okay too. And this is a really, really great time to reflect on our emotions around food and eating and fun and candy and stress, and how our relationship to these types of foods, whether it's Snickers or alcohol or things that make you sick, like say you're like me and you're a low oxalate diet, but I love salad, and I eat a salad and know it's going to make me sick, even though it's healthy. Like, we have to make these, informed choices, and also look at, what do these foods trigger in us, besides the physiological, the metabolic rush of, yes, I'm eating all the Snickers tonight, but also hiding through our emotions and our binge eating and things like that. And if you need connections to wonderful food therapists, dietitians, people who work in the psychology field of food, nutrition, and holistic healing, please let me know. I'd be happy to refer you to someone and help you find another integrative person who understands these concepts of managing our health plus food, staying healthy, managing our relationships, but also still being able to enjoy food without judgment. Food has no morality. It's not good, it's not bad, it just is. So, and same with you. You're not good if you skip candy. You're not bad if you eat candy. It is just what it is. And if it's going to force you to fall off of your plan, say you and I are working on together and we have a pretty strict protocol in place so you can heal, message me if you're in this, if I am one of your people on your team. Message me and say, hey, I'm really struggling today. Message your people that support you and say, I need help navigating how to deal with my kid bringing home 200 pounds of candy. And reach out and get the help that you need. The second thing I had on there is anxiety. And it finally happened to me. And I was telling my son last night, and I wish I had recorded his reaction, and it will forever be imprinted in my brain. God bless him. He's 11. He is the most kind-hearted, generous spirit. Both of my kids are. They're just unbelievable human beings. I'm so impressed and amazed by them. Anyways, there's this ad for find a doctor. I'm not going to call it out because whatever, but this woman is scrolling through and she's judging these doctors just based off of their appearances. And she literally says, she's too pretty to be smart. He looks like he doesn't know anything. She's this, judging just based off of stereotypes. It was so racist and misogynistic and polarizing. And my son was like, are doctors really that bad? Or he said something like that, and I think I misheard him. And I'm like, yeah, doctors are pretty bad. He's like, what, if you're pretty, you can't be smart? I'm like, oh, and then I realized what he was talking about, and we had a good conversation about that and how stereotyping people is utter nonsense. And then I was like, actually, it's really hard to find a doctor. I thought that's what you were talking about. It's hard to find a doctor because a lot of times they'll tell you that there's nothing wrong with you. And I told him that the medication that I'm on for my colitis, while it's working really well, one of its main side effects is causing heart problems and a couple other things. But the heart problems are usually the most immediate. So I told my one of my doctors, so yeah, I've been having these weird chest buzzies, heart buzzies. It's not quite palpitations, but it's like shortness of breath and air hunger, and I just feel really weird. I don't have pain, I don't have jaw pain, so I know it's not a heart attack, but I'm just concerned because of this medication, if there's something else I need to go, do we need to look into this further? And she straight up goes, oh honey, it's just anxiety. I think you just have some anxiety. And I was like, I was so shocked. I didn't know what to say because this is one of my top trusted people, and for someone to put me on a medication that causes heart problems and then I start having heart problems and they dismiss me immediately was very shocking and surprising and hurtful, and then typical, right? Most people are told, oh, your joint pain is anxiety. The IBS is just anxiety. The headache is anxiety. The insomnia is anxiety. And we get fed this belittlement, this gaslighting, and the gender bias of medical care in the United States and all over the world, actually, is very real, mildly researched. One of my favorite things to talk about is there was a huge study that came out of Japan. I did a huge podcast on it about how women are more likely to be diagnosed as bipolar than ADHD. And a woman with ADHD, from a cultural context as well, looks like someone who can't take care of their household tasks and go to work and do all these things. And they're falling apart because of the societal expectations. And I think that's true here as well in specific practices and things like that. And so it's easier just to put a woman on an antidepressant than go, oh, you just have ADD. Of course you can't focus enough to get the dishes done and take care of the other million things that you need to do. You're not a failure to society. You don't need to get divorced. You need these medications. But a lot of these countries have outlawed these medications. And so I think when it comes to women's healthcare is o-ween. Like, terrifying, right? From the lack of use of anesthesia and proper pain management. Even just the research alone of men versus women with chest pain, men are 33% more likely to be seen more quickly, treated more effectively and efficiently, get their testing done. Whereas a woman comes in with a heart attack and they're like, oh, honey, just had a rough day at the office, babe. Can't handle the kids. All right, get a little pat on the head and then shoot away. So it is a very really and scary thing. And the same thing, which was number 3, your labs are normal. You look great. You're gonna look great. Just try eating less and working out. You'll be fine. You just need to lose some weight, right? That's like the other aspect that I hear the most in my practice of when people come to me and they're like, yeah, my doc said my cholesterol's really high and I just need to eat vegetarian. And, name whatever thing that's in there that we're told we have to do. That's usually not correct, So, and the first thing I had on there was going through this journey alone. And I'm going to give you the medium length story. My son's school that he is going to is based off of like the hero's journey. And most people know the hero's journey through Joseph Campbell, who is an author and wrote, I have it, but I couldn't finish it because I was like, I just didn't like it all about the like mythic heroes. And I had heard a story that one of his female students had approached him during one of his courses at a university and said, well, how does the woman actually, what's the woman's journey look like? And he goes, oh, women aren't important in this. They're just there for distraction or the prize. Like they don't need to go through the journey. And this woman's name is Maureen Murdoch, and she wrote The Heroine's Journey, which I had just finished. And if you're friends with me on Facebook, you saw that I've been struggling to rewrite Healing the Woman Within. I wanted to update it, upgrade it, make it a little bit longer, insert my story into it. I just couldn't do it. I've been sitting on it for a year since it's been officially re-edited. And my daughter's like, well, if you're not inspired to write it, just don't write it. Like, don't bother with it right now. And I sat there and thought about it, and I thought about my story because that's what I was trying to incorporate into it. And it's like, I think the healing journey is an incredibly important experience because just like all other hero, heroine, person journey, whatever that is, it's cyclical. We go up, we go down, we go in, we go out, we go sideways, we go diagonal, we go quantum, we go 3D, right? Like, we have this circle of storytelling, and that's really what it was about. And every classic movie essentially has the same consistent patterning of the hero's story. If you want to write your own novels, look up Save the Cat Writes a Novel. It's one of my favorites. She gives great outlines and examples. Jessica Brody is amazing for these things. But anyways, I'm writing it, and I'm writing the outline, and I'm writing the hero's journey, or the healer's journey. It's not going to be titled that because there's too many books already out there like that. So if you have an idea on a title, let me know. But we get to that part where we have that fear, and then we get the help, and then we do the work, and then we quit the work because the work is hard to do, and it might not be sustainable. Nothing is ever sustainable. It's okay. Or it becomes too frustrating. You're not seeing progress. Maybe you're not on the right plan or the protocol, and then you go back to getting help, and then you go back to going back in. And at the end is what I have written as the integration of the whole self, which is where spirituality, relationship comes in, where you become changed, not just your health, not just like, oh, I feel better and I'm not going to the bathroom a million times a day, but more like, wow, I know who I am and I'm comfortable with my body. And whether you have a chronic illness that will be with you for the rest of your life, that there's no cure. Some people have no treatment for their chronic condition of their life, and it becomes an acceptance, or you do have a true healing. But we have to go through these phases, and it's important to know that it is hard, and it is scary. And I shouldn't say that, and I don't want to reaffirm it, but I say it only to remind you that when we're in pain, we don't feel good. Everything sucks. I spent 2 hours this morning at urgent care because I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning with a UTI, and I was like, what the hell is this? I've not had one of these in like 10 years. Oh God. And I have to be incredibly careful because I'm on immunosuppressants. So I can't just go, I'll wait it out a few days. Like, I have to take care of things and get on antibiotics immediately. So it was very scary. And I'm like, here we go again, back into a different part of the circle. But one of the greatest lessons that a friend taught me is, she goes, you feel like you're repeating the same things over and over again. Like, you're just same relationship, same drama, same money, same job, same issues, blah, blah, blah. But when you start the journey and you actually start doing the work, or whatever you want to call it, that connection, you actually start spiraling up. It's a vortex, but we repeat the same things in a higher and higher vibration, a higher and higher level of learning about ourselves and our lives and these lessons and our connections to our body and how are we taking care of ourselves. Whereas like down here, you'd be like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Up here, you're like, well, I know what's wrong with me and how to take care of it. And wow, I really shouldn't have had pizza 5 nights in a row. I know better than that. Okay, restart. And then, oh, you know what? My relationship with my relative that I have to talk to all the time is driving me constantly crazy. And I think this is making me sick, and it's incredibly toxic. And a lot of times this comes to going no contact with family, family therapy, divorce, marriage counseling, right? Like, things start to shift really big up here. Whereas when we're down here, like for me, it's like, I need pain management, I need antibiotics. And then the next level is, okay, UTIs. Well, what's pissed me off lately? that's the frequency of a UTI. What am I angry about? What am I connected to? What's going on here? And then we can go, to me, this is a little bit higher of a level of going, hey, not everything's an emotional punishment for existing. Is this SIBO detox that I'm doing, this clearing, am I having major die-off, and I'm just really struggling, and my body's really struggling, and I just need to take a break from doing the work, which is cool, because I'm going to stop taking the supplements because they've been so helpful. I haven't felt so good until today. So I'm going to give myself a week off. That is a higher level of experiencing health. Even though I don't feel good, 5 years ago I was down here. Now I'm like, okay, cool, I got this. I know what to do. I'm just going to take a break. And I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to go, you didn't take your supplements today. And call myself names. No, my body needs to break. It needs to heal. There's some kind of stress. And if I don't consciously know what it is, I have my books with me in the car. I plugged in my electric blanket. It's plugged in my car. I'm going to take really, really good care of myself. And I want to encourage you to do that too as we go through these phases. So I would love to invite you to join the Embrace Your Inner Healer program that's starting here in a few weeks. I'm so excited about it because we're going to combine the best of both worlds. You're going to get a private consultation. We can do blood work. We can do hormone testing. We can do stool testing, SIBO, whatever you need personally. And then we're going to have our group support. So you're going to get all of the information that I teach my patients on what I try to do a week-to-week basis. And get that deeper healing so you can start to integrate these things into your life and use them. So right now, the program is open. You can get started, even though I think we kick off November 14th with the educational portion. You can get your protocol now with me and meet with me now and get started. The program is free for all of my direct care patients. So if you want to become a patient and then join the monthly program where we start talking every single week and you get really serious individualized care on top of the educational content, honestly, that would save you a ton of money, get you a lot more help, but it's up to you. and you'll have that content for life as far as I can guarantee it, and I will be here up and running with it. So I'll put that link here for you in the comments. If you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, is this program right for me? Maybe you just want to become a patient, get your protocol for 90 days and see how you do leading into the new year. Get yourself set up so you're not spending the holidays running around trying to figure out why don't I feel good and how do I fix this? We can figure that out now so that way you can enjoy your holidays, feel good, still eat food you enjoy, and start the new year knowing exactly how to take care of yourself instead of making a resolution and hoping something comes through. Let's start taking care of you now, having you feel good now, and staying warm. Stay warm. Stay warm, my friends. So, enjoy your Halloween. I hope you have a fun evening, a relaxing evening, whatever you plan on doing. I'll be out with our kids and having a bonfire, all that good stuff. So, all right. Thank you for being here. I will see you soon. And I hope you join our program and get to really embrace your healing journey as we go through that together and get the guidance and support you need. All right. Love you. I'll see you guys soon.